back to Filipina's Wonder channel, and for today's vlog, I will going to interview this foreigner. So this is my second time to interview foreigner. So he is a YouTuber also, guys. So let's ask his name first. So what is your name?
Okay, thanks, and thank you for inviting me onto your channel. And my name is Paul T. That's Paul T. Milk, no sugar, Paul T. Remember to subscribe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So remember to subscribe his channel, guys, Paul T on YouTube. So how many years have you been here in Philippines?
Uh,
How many times you been here in the Philippines,
how
rather?
many times?
Yeah.
First time I was here was in 2006 when I came to Leyte, when I visited Tacloban, Baliran, different places on Leyte. And then in 2007, I came to Cebu. The time I came to Cebu, there was no call centers. It wasn't like a metropolitan type city. It was a lot flatter. But since my return visit, all the years later, it is obviously a very, very upmarket and prosperous city now.
So have you been also in Dumaguete, where there are a lot of YouTuber living in there?
Yeah, interesting. You should ask me that question, Anne, because last May I was in Dumaguete. I did an interview with Mark Thornton. Every man tells us has a story, and yeah, I was attracted to that area because there were so many YouTubers. Uh, Paul in the Philippines, Old Dog New Tricks, and Filipina P. So I made a kind of network of friends there, which was very helpful towards my channel. And also I met many of the people of Dumaguete who were friendly, warm and welcoming. And I just, like everywhere in the Philippines, lovely people, very happy, just like Anne, always smiles like a bright beacon.
So how's your experience between Dumaguete and here in Cebu? Like the differences, rather.
Yeah, yeah. Differences, obviously, Cebu has a much larger population, uh, more high-rise call centres, very modern city. Whereas Dumaguete is, I don't know if you would call it a city, a very busy town, I would say. And reminiscing back to me, I think there were thousands of motorbikes in Dumaguete. And that concerned me a bit because I learned how to pray to survive my vacation after witnessing a couple of accidents. But again, you've just asked me what are the differences. So I think the traffic, when I come to Cebu, maybe it's just as busy, but you have traffic lights, you have traffic police, so there's a much more safety aspect about Cebu, so it feels a little safer. Yeah,
Here in Cebu.
yeah.
So for me, because I heard there are a lot of accidents here, so it is prone of accident here in the city compared to living in the province. So it is more safer in there, and not only for a safe place, living in the province side area, it is just also living in the province area is not really expensive compared living here in the city. So yes. So have you been in a relationship before with a Filipina girl?
Yes, I was going back to 2006, and I came 2006, 2007. I stayed for a month in the barrio, which was, I absolutely loved the barrio, the manok, the lechon baboy, the whole alarm clock, first thing in the morning. Uh, and again, the people were just wonderful. They adopted me almost like a member of their family. So relationship-wise, yes, was with a Filipina eventually because my business collapsed due to the economic recession. So I couldn't return to the Philippines. So our relationship kind of petered out. So kind of, not in a bad way, but she was very. I learned a lot about Filipinas, how they can cook, look after their husband or their partner, and it was just wonderful to know that there are women who are still women who look after their man,
Yes.
but also the man still looked after the women, and I did with that Filipina, and I'm sure she will still testify to that to this day.
Wow, that's great. Because, some of the Filipinos always wanted also to get a ticker from their partner. And then, of course, there are a lot of Filipinas do the same, like taking good care of their partner. So, yeah, that's the reason why there are a lot of foreigners wanted to have a relationship with a Filipina. What are the comparison of the Filipino woman came from the province side area and here in the city?
Yep. I'm glad you asked that question because there is a noticeable difference between a city girl and a provincial girl, if you like. Uh, I've noticed throughout the years, going back to 2006 to the present day, the women are more independent, more self-reliant, they are more confident, which is good. That's a positive thing. There's nothing bad about that. I just noticed a slight edge of westernness in the woman. Maybe not as, how can I say? All I will say is that the city women are a bit more
Westernized, Western.
okay, thanks, yeah. Prompt. They're more westernised, and the provincial girls are very conservative, old-fashioned, very respectful. And if I am honest, I prefer a provincial girl, but you can't tap everyone with the same brush. Obviously, there are some city girls who have the same values, but for me, it's a province girl every time.
So yes, why do you choose Philippines over Vietnam or Thailand or even in the Eastern countries?
Yeah. Uh, I choose the Philippines especially because mango shake is my favourite drink. I'm not in commission for this, honest. I've travelled to Thailand, to Vietnam. These countries are beautiful Southeast Asia countries. But if you're asking me to make a comparison, the Philippines, the people are more friendly. Excuse me, they're more welcoming. The second language is English, so communication is free. It's not difficult. But in Vietnam, I was struggling to find anyone who could speak English. And even although I learned to speak, I took a crash course in Vietnamese. It's a tonal language, so it's highs and lows. And if you don't get the tones right, it just sounds like flat, and they won't understand. So natural barriers concerning language, for me, was the thing that made me think, no, I feel more at home in the Philippines, people can understand me, and it's like going back to a family. So yeah, as you can tell, I am just a big fan of the Philippines.
So how's the experience of the food here in the Philippines?
Yeah,
How's your experience in the street food or any kinds of food?
food is varied here in the Philippines. You can have Vietnamese food, Thai food, all sorts of food, especially in the city where it's more varied. The Philippines are famous for their dishes, and they have rice, lots of fresh fruit, vegetables, pork adobo, chicken pancit. I've heard some criticism of Filipino foods, but I would say that's in the minority. Maybe because it's the way people cook, and if your habit is of frying things, obviously, it's not going to do your old ticker any good. So, but in the whole, I think Filipino food is masarap.
Masarap. So it is cooked with love.
Yeah, well, that's another good point. It's cooked with love. Yeah.
Yeah, so how's the differences between the Western food and the Filipino food?
Most Western food, the staple is the potato, which can be in various forms: mashed potato, baked potato, or French fries, with steak, vegetables, beef, lots of meat, hot pots. Whereas in the Philippines, the staple diet would be rice. So everything comes with rice. Rice even comes with rice.
Yes, because mostly the Philippines, Filipinos don't like to have in a meal that they don't have any rice. So we always wanted to have rice in our table, guys.
Yep,
Yeah,
rice is nice in the Philippines.
rice is nice in Philippines. So I heard that there is sticker rice in Thailand. So how's your experience?
Yeah, sticky rice in Thailand, also in Vietnam. I was there last week and I had experience of sticky rice, nice, lots of sweet things like sugarcane drinks, sticky rice, and I was eating snails and I was eating it very slowly, because it was a snail. Sorry,
Oh, it's like exotic food.
my meal took a while to turn up.
So thank you so much for being part of my channel, and thank you so much for lending your time to get interviewed on my channel. And thank you everyone. I am hoping that you guys are gonna learn from this interview, and thank you to you too.
Walay
Yeah.
sapayan means you're welcome, and dagan salamat. Thank you very much to Anne for inviting me. It's been a great pleasure to meet you, and also she's taken time out from her studies. She's a very busy young woman. She will be an amazing lawyer one day and a YouTube success. But can I also say please subscribe to my channel, because Anne has left a link down below. Not that
Yes.
I'm an actual salesman, but please click the link and share.
Yes, click the link and share,
Paul T.
guys. Paul T on YouTube channel. So thank you so much everyone. God bless.